all of this and to GDP growth. I think in Canada, from the research I was doing, there has been a decline in birth rates.
Yes.
So there's significantly less people getting married. There's significantly less people being born. So how does one run their economy when you're not having new children being born without bringing in lots of immigrants to help support that economy?
Well, first of all, I think we have to ask ourselves, why has the birth rate gone down? And I would argue that it's economic reasons. If you cannot afford a home, then you have no place to raise children. We have this phenomenon in Canada of 35-year-olds still living in their parents' basements. And how do you even get a date? I mean, how do you bring a date home? It's a challenge. Wow. If you're 35, and these are great high-achieving people who've got jobs, but they just can't afford a place to live, or they're stuck in a small apartment because that's all their paycheck will buy them in the way of rent. And so I think for those economic constraints, we have a lot of young people who otherwise would love to have children in their late 20s, early 30s, who simply have nowhere to raise them.
Am I right in thinking that a lot of these Western economies have allowed a lot of people into their countries to make up for the willingness or desire or the availability of people to do the sort of low wage jobs? Is this what's happened globally? Because it's what people tell me in the UK.
Yes, frankly, I think that a lot of multinational corporations have abused the immigration system in order to drive down wages. In Canada, for example, the government massively expanded the international student and temporary foreign worker programs, and that allowed corporations to pay artificially low wages to people who do not have the same mobility rights and opportunities. And that drove down wages, displaced people from their jobs, and ultimately ballooned housing costs. And so my position is that we need to cap numbers and ensure that the economy, healthcare, and housing grows faster than the population at all times.
If you cap numbers, does that mean that these corporations, these entrepreneurs, these companies don't have enough people to fill the roles in their companies and therefore have to move somewhere else? What does it mean?
No, I mean, we have unemployment. We have people without jobs. But some multinationals don't want to pay full wages. So they think, well, I'll just undercut the wage by bringing someone in from a very poor country who's willing to work for a lot less and who has fewer rights because they can't leave the job to go to another employer. So it's kind of like Easy Street. And so my view is that when you've got unemployed people and you're trying to fill your workplace, pay higher wages. Give people a better return on their work.